It was a star-studded night for the premiere of 20th Century Fox's $25 million motion picture, Hello, Dolly. The Klieg lights were bright at Grauman's Chinese Theater, signaling the kind of synthetic hoopla that has traditionally launched many a Hollywood extravaganza. There were fans and autograph hounds, even a fleet of antique studio Rolls-Royces for names that have lost their relevance for most of today's movie audience. The truth is that a movie star no longer assures the financial success of a picture.
1967 and 68, which is where the industry bent. What happened was that there were big money productions, and they started almost taking the studios down with them. There was a period there where Paramount was going to go under, or 20th was selling off part of its lot, and there was general panic in the industry.
The king had died. There wasn't anybody at home in the studios. There wasn't any Louis B. Mayer or Zanuck. This was just coming off of the end of the period when actors were contracted to studios and directors and writers. When that all broke up in the mid to late 60s, people started taking those studios over, and they would turn to the filmmakers.
Young directors knew something that they didn't know, which was maybe what the audiences were looking for. And so there was this climate which made it possible for me to make a lot of movies, which I know I couldn't get made now.
What are you doing, Alice?
I'm getting undressed.
Alice, relax.
Oh, relax.
Stop it, Alice.
Screw me. I am being honest. I am doing what I feel like doing.
Well, what do you feel like doing?
I feel like doing what we came up here to do.
And what is that?
Orgy! Have an orgy! 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 Orgy!
There was a different audience, wasn't there? There was a new audience. There was an audience that the studios didn't even know existed.
Sock it to me.
It was an audience that had been politicized by Vietnam and Watergate, whose consciousness had been changed with drugs. I think that's very important. And it was an open audience.
Every single standard or consensus, if you will, by which we'd lived our lives up to the 60s got questioned. Every one. What was authority, what was virtue, what was heroism, what was sexuality, what was male, what was female.
And it was fueled partly by the music being created in the late 60s, the hippie movement. It was the blossoming of the counterculture movement that had started with Kerouac and the Beats, now picked up through the